Kill my pet snake. I'll make your life hell. So warning, this might be long. Also on mobile, so obligated, sorry for formatting. Also let me know if this better fits in petty revenge. I'm not sure. So this was around 2 years ago. I had the shittiest roommate. He basically showed up one day, and he was friends with another roommate, so he let him stay. We had an extra room, so why not? Big mistake. So about a week later he wanted us to help him move, because his old roommates had gotten a fucking restraining order on him, so he couldn't get his stuff. Red flag 1. After a while I found out how awful he was. Barely showered, his room smelled like actual hell. He had no job, so he was living rent-free, and constantly played on my BF Xbox, meaning he couldn't play when he wanted. He'd ask him to get off and he'd do the "let me just finish this, then stay on" until BF bugged him again. I was getting sick of it. Then this happened. Me and my BF went on a camping trip for a week. We do it every year with his family. Shortly before, we'd gotten a baby ball python. Now this little guy wasn't eating, so after a month I took him to the vet, who said we may need to force feed him until he eats. This meant mixing up some basically liquid food, then gently putting a syringe into his mouth and giving him the food mix. Then every other week we'd offer him a Pinky, baby frozen mouse. Things had been going good. I was the one doing the force feeding, every 3 days. But since we were going to be gone for a week, we had one of our friends come over and learn how to force feed. He did good. I showed him 2 times and then he practiced with me there. Everything would be fine, right? So while we were gone, this shit roommate thought it would be a good idea to try to force feed the baby snake a Pinky, without our permission. Now this guy didn't know anything about snakes, and our vet had said specifically not to do that, as it can damage their spine. Long explanation as to how. So we got a message from our friend about 2 days before we were going to leave, saying what the roommate had done. I was mad, not at the friend, he can be a pushover, so I'm sure the roommate convinced him, and he didn't know how to say no. So I called the roommate and yelled at him. Then when we got back, me and my BF had a talk with him about how that wasn't okay. The day after we got back, the snake was acting funny. He just wasn't being himself. Then that night I found him corkscrewing on his back. This is a sign of parasites, which the vet cleared him of, and neurological damage. I was bawling, and made an appointment with the vet for the next day. But we never made it. I woke up the next morning to find him cold. I was mad. Edit. I forgot to add too that when I was cleaning out the cage after the snake had passed, I found poop, meaning the force feeding I had been doing was working and he was getting better. The roommate was gone, so the first thing I did was go into his room, take a bottle of his precious absinthe and pour it on his bed, and stole the other. It was green, so his bed was totally stained. I then cut up a bunch of his nasty clothing and took some shit from his room. Apparently he didn't notice, or didn't want to fuck with me. I left a mean note on his door saying he was gone, we were kicking him out. When he got home he angrily talked with me and my boyfriend, the best part being when he said, "You ruined something special to me, absinthe," and my boyfriend yelled back, "Oh yeah, like our fucking snake." He then tried to bullshit his way out of it, saying we should have gotten an autopsy on him. Yes, that's a thing. And I shot back with the fact that our vet quoted that as being $600, which we didn't have. I wasn't done with my revenge. Nobody fucks with my pets. I proceeded to go through all of his stuff in our garage, after he'd moved already, and take whatever I wanted and sell a bunch of it on Craigslist, because he wasn't coming to get it. The best thing I sold? His fucking precious motorcycle. It didn't work, but he was gonna fix it. He'd left it sitting in our garage for nearly 4 months now, and legally we owned it. He had gotten written warnings to pick up his stuff about 2 months earlier. It's been 2 years and some of his stuff is still in our garage, and he still doesn't even know I sold a bunch of it. I can't wait till he finds out. TL, Dear roommate sucks, kills my pet snake. I take his shit, ruin it, and sell his motorcycle.